I did quite well as a 5 or 6 year old. And then we moved to London, and my mother went for lessons to a very fine teacher, and she benefited greatly. But I'm afraid he just didn't have the touch required for teaching a 6-year-old, 7-year-old boy. And it didn't click. I mean, I quite liked the man. Unusual surname, Quaife. And then I went back to this wonderful school in Swansea when we were moved to Holyhead after having a year in an elementary school, and it was quite clear that it wasn't pushing me forward at all. If I say that we used slates for some lessons, it will tell you that we were still in a Victorian age. And my parents went to see Dorothy Hall, who had created this school in Swansea. And she said, well, if you can bring him from Holyhead to Swansea, he can come as a boarder. And they had 2 or 3 who boarded during the week and went home at the weekend. But of course I was there for the whole term. And I obviously had to come back to a more rigorous regime, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a bout of eczema that I never experienced before or since, where the backs of my knees developed eczema, which I'd never had there before. And there were pustules on top of pustules, and it was impossible to bend my knee. So for about a fortnight I was stuck in bed there. I don't think I had asthma while I was at that school, which is fairly interesting. Then a sign of the sense of this headmistress was that when I took a scholarship paper to go to the Quaker school at Ackworth in Yorkshire, she had got the paper and she wrote it all out on the board for the whole class. So I didn't feel isolated. The whole class was doing this. Unfortunately, my answer to one question was put in the school magazine at Christmas 1939, sorry. The question was, in a science paper, what is density? So I wrote, it's when there are a lot of people together, i.e. London. This obviously caused great hilarity in the science department.